background. Don't worry, it's fine. I'll catch up on it later. That's what's great about catch up these days, to be honest.
But does catch up feel like the real thing though? That's the only problem I've got.
When you're interrupted in your it's leisure time with that cricket in the background and pleasure time. And I've got 2 stories to write. I've got to finish off a story paddleboarding with Fran Hennessy a couple of weeks ago for the Telegraph and deliver a big interview with Daniel Dubois today. It's just grabbed my attention because it's like the heroics of Ben Stokes against Australia all those years ago, or those few years ago, where you've got Jadeja batting with the tail on a horrible wicket and they're edging. It's just the drama is incredible when you think that those matches take place over 5 days, you know?
Do you know what? I came across a clip. Cricket's not my thing, by the way.
Yeah.
But I came across a clip where they have a full meal if they're not batting. Sorry, if they're batting, they'll have a full meal, which is crazy in the middle of the cricket game. How are you having a full meal?
I played a lot of cricket when I was younger, some quite high level stuff, some of it, and I could never eat at lunch or tea, if I'm honest. Never felt that hungry. Maybe a banana, a sandwich, and a cup of tea, but that's it. I don't know.
I didn't go into that sport yet.
I don't know how on earth they have ham, salad, ploughman's lunch. I don't know. But that was never me, I'm afraid. Because I'd have to run up and bowl all day. So the idea of running up and bowling on a full stomach, no chance.
What's your sport? Is paddling your sport?
No, it's not a sport. It's a recreation. Paddling and cycling are a recreation for me. I used to play rugby and cricket. I trained a bit of kickboxing, Wing Chun for street fighting, boxercise. I've never fought professionally, as you know. But no, cricket and rugby were my main sports growing up.
Ooh, that's nice, guys. Speaking about Dubois, I just saw on someone's, I think I've seen on young Charlie Parsons' page right now, that there was an open bus tour and they had to keep on ducking because the bus was just going through the trees and they were nearly getting hit by them. I don't think there would have been a fight at the end of the week. I don't know whose idea that was. I don't know
what they're doing, taking Daniel Dubois on an open tour bus today. I know that Usyk's just done something. Alexander Usyk's done something at midday in Trafalgar Square, a very beautiful thing, in which several artists in Ukraine had reconstructed a tapestry, and he went there. I hope he went there. I've certainly sent all the info. I should be looking into it in a little bit. And I think Richard Branson was speaking there as well. So, but I think the thing is with Alexander Usyk, he's frequently doing things that relate to good works and projection for Ukraine because of what's going on there, which is very noble of him, and you know what he's like. He's that kind of guy.
Yeah, most definitely. He's that guy, and he's a character, and he's a great sportsman. But the question I ask as well, by the way, since we're already on that topic, is the fight happens this weekend. Someone did say, I think I might have been listening to you on Talk Sport, matter of fact, when I heard this. Will it be the same fight? Is it the same Daniel Dubois that fought in the first fight in Poland? Will it be the same guy that fights this fight? Or is he a different man?
I think he's a different man and probably a different fighter. I think he's grown up a lot. We know that he's had 3 great successes since then, and that's 3 fights in 22 months since he last fought Alexander Usyk. There's no doubt he's got momentum. There's no doubt he's shown that certainly doesn't look like he's got quit in him, which he's been accused of in the past. I've never really called him that. I think he took a knee to live and survive another day against Joe Joyce. I think he was bamboozled by what happened in the Usyk fight the first time. I think Usyk is the consummate boxer. I think he's an incredible general with incredible IQ in the ring. We know how incredibly tough he is. 2 very good fights. With you running out of battery, are you okay?
I was close. I was hoping you didn't see more.
No, we all have it. It happens to all of us. It happens to all of us, and we have that moment of panic.
I just didn't want to get to a point where it was like, oh, it switched off.
2%. Yeah, exactly. I think bottom line for me is that Alexander Usyk's been through 2 tough fights with Tyson Fury and looked very, very good. Yes, Dubois got better. I think he's grown up. He's maturing as a human being and as a man and as a fighter. I still think my head says that Usyk wins this. My head says that Daniel Dubois is very dangerous early, like he was in the first fight. I still recorded it. We've probably spoken about it as a marginal low blow, and I understood why the referee did what he did. I thought Usyk milked the situation at the time, which he had the right to do under the rules. But I think the first 3-4 rounds will really tell us in this fight whether Usyk's footwork will get him out of trouble and he'll be able to counter well, and whether Daniel Dubois has the facilities, the capabilities, the intelligence, and the development to smother the space and land big shots on on Alexander Usyk. I think he's got to get the job done, or certainly get massive inroads into Usyk by round 6.
Sounds about right to me. There's one thing that baffles all of us, and we were kind of shocked by. And I apologize for everyone if I get this name wrong. His manager and promoter, Alex Kruzinac?
It's very close. That's
close.
It's a 4 out of 10.
It needs to be more than that.
No. You're only getting a 4. No. You're getting a 4 out of 10, Khalid.
B+.
You're getting you're getting a C-. You're getting a C-. Alex Krasnick, who's only been with him. He's only been with him for 13 years, and you can't even.
You know what I did say, Krasnick.
Get his name right now. I'm not blaming you for that, but you're getting a C-.
But they're not together anymore.
No, I'm very surprised. But I think what I've read into this is that Usyk is close to the end. Perhaps doesn't want to pay promoter fees anymore. He's doing it more in-house. Alex Krasnick won't be here this week. If it doesn't go Usyk's way, maybe there will be recriminations and people looking into it and saying he should have had him there. Because at the end of the day, if you remember, Alex was literally at press conferences before Usyk was finishing his own sentences in English. Krasnick was finishing his sentences for him, and he was a great projector for him, a great promoter, if you like. So obviously can't be in the ring with him, but it is slightly surprising that he isn't with him for this fight, yes.
Oh, so just moving on from that fight quickly. We saw something a couple of days ago, and he has been crowned as the new King of New York, and that is the man, Hamzah Sheeraz. What a knockout, what a performance. What did you make of it, Gareth?
Well, I saw 2 kings in New York because I thought Shaka Stevenson looked like a king as well. Yes. He fought his own fight in his own way, was on the ropes when he wanted to be on the ropes. I don't like it when people give him stick. I think he belongs in the top 10 pound for pound. I think the biggest fight in America is him against Tank Davis. I think they merit a trilogy. They're both so good. That's the ultimate test for Shakur, I think, against Tank. But I do agree with you that Hamzah Sheeraz elevated himself, projected himself onto a new stage against the very noisy, ebullient, and at times lacking decorum Edgar Berlanga. And he shut him up, he chopped him up, he put him down, and he finished him. And they shouldn't have allowed him out for the 5th round, in my view, because I think he was finished in the 4th. Brilliant performance by Hamzah. Before he fought Berlanga, I wondered whether he's really ready for a tune-up or a line-up against Canelo Alvarez. But seeing that, I think he is. Certainly a Canelo who might have 2 fights with Terence Crawford before they meet, may be here. His 10th British fighter that he'll have fought.
Did the fight become a lot better in terms of the build-up for Berlanga when Berlanga acted like that? I feel like in a way, we need a fighter to act like that in some points to make the fight more entertaining.
Well, look, I've got to look at it in two ways. When I'm at an event and in the room at press conferences and so on, I wasn't there last week. I was working TalkSport the weekend. I've been away a lot recently. Wanted to save myself for this very busy week where I'm into London and doing events and presenting and writing for 6 days on the trot. I just wonder, from afar, it looked like there was a bit of lunacy at the press conferences, that it was all a bit crazy. Devin Haney and his dad rowing with Norman. You know, the knicker throwing incidents from Belanga at the lingerie throwing at Oscar De La Hoya. The screaming into the microphone the whole time during the press conference from Belanga. It didn't look good. Was that?
You took a phone call in there.
It took a phone call. It all looked a bit chaotic, but sometimes when you're there and in the room, it doesn't feel as chaotic because it's just part of the vibe. Does he need to do WWE? I think you're right in the fact that he got eyeballs on it. He did Hamzah Sheeraz a favour in lots of ways. And then Sheeraz could use it as the perfect foil, play the good guy against the villain. It's a point well made by you. I thought Belanga went a little bit overboard. Was a little bit classless. But again, it just made Hamzah, Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn seem classy.
And as well, going back onto Shakur, I know you rate him very highly up there.
Very.
What's the issue that everybody has is because to them he doesn't seem that exciting and he's on the ropes a lot apparently from them, but it's a different aspect when you're into the sport and you know your knowledge, like you, for instance. Is he, what kind of fighter is he, and how highly do you rank him?
I think he's in the top 10 pound for pound now. I think he met fire with fire at times with William Zepeda. He lay on the ropes and did what he wanted to do at times, while Zepeda missed with 3, 4, 5 punches. He made him miss. He got caught a lot more than we've seen him get caught, Shakur. I thought we saw his entire personality in there. He's very tough. The problem is he's so good, he makes it look too easy. And that's what people are forgetting. It's great to sit in an armchair and go, Shakur, he bores me. He is so skillful. I was telling this someone earlier, there was a cartoon years ago when I was younger called Felix the Cat. And Felix the Cat had his own bag of tricks. Felix the Cat had a bag of tricks. And that's who Shakur Stevenson reminds me of. Felix the Cat. He always brings his bag of tricks with him. In fact, Felix the Cat reminds me a bit of you as well. If you went out here like this.
You know, it used to be worse than this, you know. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Not worse, it's good.
It looks good, man. The wife tells me all the time, so that's the only reason I keep it like that.
Yeah, well, she's probably the only one telling you that. That's the right way.
I'll show my CV, you know. I was the guy back in the day, Gareth. I hope you know that.
I know you were one of the big male models.
Come on now. Still ain't changed for nothing. But as well as that, there was a fight for David Morrell and Katayev. And Katayev had he was banned for drugs about 2 years ago from the IBA, was it? What's your take on, should fighters be fighting while they're banned with a different body, or?
I didn't know. I don't know the ins and outs. I've just got to answer this very quickly because someone's arriving.
Sorry,
just one sec. Someone's just arriving to take a car of mine away, believe it or not. So just bear with me 1 second. It'll take me 2 minutes to do this.
Hopefully it's not those can't pay takeaway kind of guys.
No, it's not one of the bailiffs. No, he's giving me money for it. Don't worry. I'm sad to let it go.
I didn't even know you even drove to it, though.
No, well, I'm a driver taking me everywhere, but
oh, look at that!
I'm joking. I'm joking.
You've changed, man. I don't know what happened. I'm to the old guy, if I remember.
Billy Big Time. Yeah, I've become Billy Big Time. Yeah. Right, come on. We've got 6 minutes left.
Just on that as well. Moving on, there was a press conference for the ring card in November. We've got there's Anthony Yard, Benavidez. What's your take on that fight, quickly?
Brilliant fight. Spoke to Anthony on Saturday night on TalkSport, on the show on TalkSport. He's relishing it. I think he and David Benavidez equals fireworks. it's a very tough fight for him because Benavidez is so strong. But the fact that Benavidez comes forward and throws punches and isn't a back foot defensive fighter gives Anthony a massive opportunity in his third tilt at a world title. He failed just through lack of experience against a very, very good Sergei Kovalev. He fought the brilliant Artur Beterbiev in what was one of the fights of the year. I think you were there. Yeah. It was a brilliant build-up, a great week, and he's a happy fighter. And I'm glad he's got the opportunity to fight for the WBC light heavyweight title. Really looking forward to it in November, and it's in Riyadh, of course.
The question is for him. He's never afraid to take a big fight, Anthony Yarde.
Correct.
But the only thing is it? Would we have preferred to see a more of a Callum, what's his name again? Sorry.
I think Callum Smith deserved a shot. Yeah. But obviously he was saying that Callum Smith, Joshua Buatsi, and I think David Morrell were all potential opponents for Benavidez, but Anthony got the nod. So, and I think that's probably based on the fact that Benavidez thinks he might be an easier fight than Callum Smith. That's my belief. Whether he thinks that or not, I don't know. That's just what I think. Because Callum looked amazing in his last contest against Joshua Buatsi. Joshua Buatsi's coming off a loss. I think, hasn't Benavidez beaten Morrell already? I think he has, hasn't he?
He did, and that was a great fight anyway, to be fair.
It was a great fight. He beat Morrell, and Morrell's stock rose. So I think Anthony Yarde is a perfect style for an exciting main event in Riyadh in November, Night of the Champions, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely was. Gareth, thank you very much for your time. Hopefully you get a good amount of pennies for your car anyway that someone comes to pick up for it.
No, I'm not going to tell. It's a very old Jag. And no, I'm not getting what I want for it, but I've got to get rid of it because I can't. There's too many things that need doing to it. I'm just going to have to let it go. And it's going to die.
Are they meant to be a sentimental piece? Okay.
I know. I'm at the stage in my life where I'm getting rid of things, not hanging on to things, to be honest. But what I'll say, no, I mean that kind of literally. I've got things I need to get rid of. I've got too many things. But what I would say is that the guy that's getting it off me used to manage Nina Hughes and is managing Lily Winch, the boxer, at the moment. So it's going to a good home. It's going to a good
case. It's fantastic in that case, then, Gareth. Anyway, we'll let you get back to that. Thank you very much for your time, Gareth.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, my friends. Keep playing ABBA in the car, yeah?
Most definitely not. See you later.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.